You're listening to The Tom O'Brien Show. As part of Tom's new Tiger Life series, we join in as Tom interviews Peter Merriam from Merriam Vineyards. For more on Tiger Life, go to TFNN.com.
So talk to me. We come out of the fermentation tank, and now we put it into barrels. And if you can explain to me, not only, what are the different types of woods, but where do you get them and how old are the barrels? How does this work?
From this point, we've already selected the barrels that each one of the varietals are going to go into. All of our red wines, except for our Cabernet Franc, are 100% French oak, and our Chardonnay as well. We use Gamay barrels from France on that, a Burgundy barrel. But all of our wines our barrels are pre-selected, and we don't really over-oak our wines. We like to have an imparting value of about 40 to 50% oak. So that doesn't mean if we have 10 barrels, that we'll do 5 new barrels. A brand new barrel we consider as 100% oak imparting into the wine.
I see.
A second used barrel we consider it about 40% imparting the wine.
Okay.
And a third used barrel maybe 10%. So we kind of incorporate that formula in to come up with like 50% new oak in the barrels. And our barrels stay in the system probably for about 6 years. So it would be 3 uses and out.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Maybe I better get in the barrel business.
Yeah. Well, when we first started, barrels were from France, top barrels around $350, and these days they're around $1,000 to $1,200 a barrel.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And
so that's a lot of our cost is in using real oak barrels that come from France, and we get them from different regions. In Bordeaux, we get them from Burgundy. We even get some barrels from the Cognac region of France as well. And these barrels are assembled over in France.
Okay.
And the insides of the barrel are toasted, which gives it a little bit of that caramel charcoal flavor.
Yes.
We tend to use a medium toast, and the wood that's used in these barrels are all air dried for 24 to 36 months before they build the barrels.
That's
so these
amazing.
barrels come in and they look like a piece of furniture. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Wow, that is
amazing. And then
amazing.
we fill them with that great wine.
I know. The more I'm learning about this, it's like, oh my God, it's a process. We're still only on barreling now.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. Okay, so we get them in the barrel. Now, how long does the wine stay in the barrel, Peter?
Well, we have different programs.
Okay.
We have. We do some Chardonnay.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a spring wine, really crisp, dry. We'll put those in the barrels that have been used before and impart no more oak flavors into the wine.
Yes.
That's about 5 months.
Okay.
We have a reserve Chardonnay where we put, maybe 30% new oak
Yes.
into our reserve Chardonnay, which is about 10 months.
Okay.
And those are special Burgundy barrels from France. And with our red program, our Merlot and Cabernet Franc and our newest wine that we just picked this year, Pinot Noir, is 18 months in oak barrels. And we use just a little bit of American oak in our Cabernet Franc.
I see.
For our Cabernets, our Miktos,
yes.
Bordeaux blend, that's like 24 to 30 months in the oak barrels before we even put it into the bottle.
Wow, amazing. Now,
during that time, those 2 years in the barrel, I mentioned earlier that we do not filter our wine.
Yes.
We really go through an arduous schedule of what we call racking. It's an old traditional European way of filtering the wine, whereas we transport the wine from one barrel to another 6 or 8, maybe even 10 times in those 2-year periods to filter the wine. So we'll take the wine out of one barrel, clean the barrel, any sediment and lees and stuff that are in the bottom get washed out, sterilized, and then we put the wine back into those barrels. Very labor-intensive, but that allows us to not filter at the end of the day, where we feel that filtering kind of strips the wine of some of its flavors, its ageability, acid and tannins. So once again, it's a labor of love.
That's for sure.
But it's a real minimalist approach, not the easy way out.
I can tell you, life is simple. We're the ones that make it more complicated.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.